Have you ever stopped to think that the very meals you eat every single day might be silently pushing your blood sugar higher? What if the real danger isn't hidden in rare or exotic foods, but sitting right on your plate disguised as something normal? Many people living long, healthy lives with diabetes didn't rely on expensive medications or miracle cures. Instead, their secret lies in something far simpler: consistently choosing the right everyday food. The real tragedy is that so many people are trapped in confusion, constantly wondering what they can or cannot eat, while overlooking powerful natural solutions already within reach. And here's the truth: diabetes itself is not the most frightening part. What should truly concern you are the devastating complications that follow: blindness, kidney failure, heart attacks. Every bite you take today is shaping your future. It's either helping your body stay balanced or slowly pushing it toward those life-altering complications. That means your daily meals are not just routine, they are decisions. Decisions that determine whether you take control of your health or lose it without even realizing it. Now, without any further delay, let's move straight into the most critical warning signs your body is desperately trying to send you, starting from the lowest and often most ignored part of your body: your feet. The first warning sign is a strange, persistent numbness that feels nothing like the temporary pins and needles sensation you get from sitting too long. Instead, this numbness is constant, dull, and deeply unsettling. Many people describe it as if they are walking on cotton foam or a thick, invisible layer that separates their feet from the ground. You may begin to notice that your steps feel less stable, less real, almost as if your connection to the ground has been weakened. Even more concerning, when you accidentally bump your foot or press on it, the pain feels distant, muted, or delayed. This is not just a minor inconvenience. It is often the first silent attack of prolonged high blood sugar on both your blood vessels and your nerves. Over time, elevated glucose levels act like a slow, corrosive force inside your body. On one hand, they begin to damage the tiny blood vessels that supply your feet, restricting the flow of oxygen and essential nutrients. This is why your feet may feel unusually cold even in normal temperatures. On the other hand, high blood sugar directly harms your nerve endings, disrupting the signals that travel between your brain and your feet. Imagine a worn-out electrical wire. Messages no longer travel clearly, and sensations become distorted or lost entirely. The second warning sign is even more alarming: a small wound that simply refuses to heal. It might start as something trivial: a slight cut from trimming your nails, a blister from a new pair of shoes, or a minor scrape you barely noticed. Under normal circumstances, your body would repair such damage within a few days. But when blood sugar levels remain high, the healing process slows dramatically. You may notice that the area becomes red, swollen, or even begins to ooze a yellowish fluid. This happens because high blood sugar creates the perfect environment for bacteria to thrive. At the same time, poor circulation prevents your body's natural defense system, white blood cells, and nutrients from reaching the wound effectively. What begins as a tiny injury can quickly escalate into a serious infection, sometimes developing into deep ulcers that reach the underlying tissue or even bone. The third warning sign is a visible and frightening change in the color of your toes or feet. Healthy skin should appear pink and vibrant, but when circulation is severely compromised, you may notice patches turning dark purple, bluish, or even black. Unlike temporary discoloration, pressing on these areas does not restore their original color quickly. This is a critical red flag. It indicates that the tissues in your feet are no longer receiving enough blood to survive. At this stage, the situation becomes extremely dangerous. the affected tissue may begin to die, a process known as necrosis. It's similar to a river being completely blocked by a dam. Everything downstream slowly dries up and withers away. If you ever notice such changes, it is not something you can afford to ignore or delay. Immediate medical attention is absolutely necessary. The fourth warning sign may seem less severe at first glance, but is equally important: excessively dry, rough, and cracked skin on your feet. You might notice that the skin, especially around your heels, becomes thick, flaky, and even splits open like aged tree bark. Along with this dryness often comes persistent itching, which can be incredibly uncomfortable. This condition is the result of both nerve damage and poor circulation. When nerves are affected, they can no longer properly regulate sweat and oil production, leaving your skin unable to retain moisture. At the same time, reduced blood flow deprives the skin of the nutrients it needs to stay healthy and resilient. Cracked skin is not just a cosmetic issue. It creates entry points for bacteria, increasing the risk of infection. So here is the truth you need to remember. None of these signs are a normal part of aging. They are urgent distress signals from your body, signals that should never be ignored. If you notice even one of these symptoms, it's your responsibility to take action immediately. Because when it comes to high blood sugar, the earlier you respond, the more you can protect your body from irreversible damage. Now that we've uncovered the warning signs your body is sending, it's time to move into the most powerful solution you can control every single day: your diet. What if I told you that nature has already provided you with natural insulin in the form of simple, accessible foods? These are not exotic or expensive remedies. They are foods that have been quietly proven both by science and by countless long-living individuals with diabetes to help stabilize blood sugar when used consistently. The first food is natto, a traditional fermented soybean dish that may not appeal to everyone at first taste, but its benefits are undeniable. Natto contains a powerful enzyme known as natto kinase, which has been shown to support blood circulation and help regulate blood sugar levels. Beyond that, the beneficial bacteria formed during fermentation actively interact with glucose in the body, helping to reduce its impact. This is partly why natto has that sticky, stringy texture. It's a sign of its active compounds at work. In addition, it is packed with amino acids, vitamins, and minerals that nourish the body on multiple levels. However, there is one crucial rule: never heat natto. High temperatures destroy the very probiotics and enzymes that make it so effective. The second food is quinoa, often referred to as a golden grain in the world of nutrition. For many people with high blood sugar, the biggest struggle is giving up refined carbohydrates like white rice and white bread. Quinoa offers a powerful alternative. It is rich in complete protein, meaning it contains all essential amino acids your body needs, and it has a high fiber content that slows down the absorption of glucose into the bloodstream. This results in a much more stable blood sugar response after meals. Unlike refined grains that cause rapid spikes and crashes, quinoa provides sustained energy and keeps you feeling full longer. It can easily replace part of your daily staple foods mixed with rice, turned into porridge, or added to salads for a balanced, satisfying meal. The third food comes from the depths of the ocean: seaweed. At first glance, it may seem like a simple side dish, but in reality, it acts as a powerful regulator for multiple metabolic conditions. Seaweed contains compounds like taurine, which help reduce cholesterol production in the liver and blood. It also provides a type of soluble fiber that binds to excess sodium in the digestive system, supporting healthier blood pressure levels. Most importantly, for those concerned about blood sugar, seaweed is rich in iodine and bioactive polysaccharides that can enhance metabolic function and support insulin activity. However, it's important to note that not everyone should consume it freely. Individuals with thyroid disorders, especially hyperthyroidism, or those with sensitive digestion, should be cautious and consult a professional before increasing intake. The fourth, and perhaps most surprising food, is mulberry leaves, once considered a treasured herbal remedy in traditional medicine. Modern research has begun to validate what ancient practitioners already believed: mulberry leaves can significantly help regulate blood sugar. They contain unique compounds that support the liver in converting excess glucose into stored glycogen, effectively lowering circulating blood sugar levels. Additionally, these leaves may enhance insulin secretion and improve how the body processes carbohydrates. One of the simplest ways to use them is by brewing mulberry leaf tea. The slightly bitter taste can be balanced by combining it with green tea chrysanthemum or mint, creating a refreshing and therapeutic drink. For those who prefer food-based options, mulberry leaves can also be cooked into porridge, offering both nutrition and medicinal benefits in one meal. When you step back and look at these four foods together, a powerful pattern emerges. They do not work like quick fixes or miracle drugs. Instead, they support your body in a steady, natural way, improving metabolism, enhancing insulin sensitivity, and protecting your blood vessels over time. The key is consistency. These foods are not meant to be consumed once in a while, but to become part of your daily routine. Because in the end, managing blood sugar is not about restriction, it's about making smarter, more intentional choices. And sometimes the most powerful changes come not from what you remove, but from what you choose to add. Now that you've taken control of what goes onto your plate, it's time to focus on the next powerful tool for managing blood sugar movement. Because no matter how well you eat, staying inactive can still allow glucose to build up in your bloodstream. The good news is you don't need extreme workouts or complicated routines. What you need is consistency and the right type of exercise. The first and most effective approach is strength training. When you build muscle, you're essentially creating storage space for glucose in your body. Muscles act like sponges, absorbing sugar from the bloodstream and using it for energy. The more muscle you have, the more efficiently your body can manage blood sugar levels. Simple exercises like squats, push-ups, or resistance training can make a significant difference over time. The second method is slow jogging or moderate aerobic exercise. This type of movement directly burns glucose as fuel, helping to lower blood sugar levels in a steady and safe way. It's especially suitable for beginners or older adults because it's low impact and easy to maintain. Even starting with just 10 to 15 minutes a day and gradually increasing to 30 minutes can lead to noticeable improvements. The third method is high-intensity interval training, also known as HIIT. This involves short bursts of intense activity, followed by periods of rest. It pushes your metabolism into overdrive, rapidly consuming glucose and improving insulin sensitivity. However, this method requires a good fitness level and should be approached with caution, especially for older individuals or those with existing conditions. In the end, movement is not optional, it's essential. When combined with proper nutrition, it becomes one of the most powerful strategies to regain control over your blood sugar and your health. Before you fully commit to any exercise routine, there is something critically important you must understand. Doing it the wrong way can be just as dangerous as not doing it at all. Especially for people with high blood sugar, your body is more sensitive, and small mistakes can lead to serious consequences. One of the most important rules is to never exercise on an empty stomach. Working out without fuel can cause your blood sugar to drop suddenly, leading to dizziness, weakness, or even loss of consciousness. The safest and most effective time to exercise is about 30 to 60 minutes after a meal, when your blood sugar is slightly elevated and your body can use that energy efficiently. Equally important is controlling your intensity. You don't need to push yourself to exhaustion. A light sweat and a warm body are enough to activate the benefits. Gradual progression is key. Start small, stay consistent, and increase intensity over time. Most importantly, always pay attention to your body. If you have had diabetes for a long time or already experience complications, consult a healthcare professional before starting. Exercise should strengthen your body, not put it at risk. One detail that many people overlook but can make a life-changing difference is protecting your feet during physical activity. For individuals with high blood sugar, the feet are extremely vulnerable due to reduced circulation and nerve sensitivity. This means even a small injury, if unnoticed, can quickly turn into a serious complication. That's why choosing the right footwear is not optional. It's essential. Always wear well-fitted, breathable athletic shoes that provide proper cushioning and support. Pair them with moisture-absorbing cotton socks to reduce friction and keep your feet dry. Before and after every workout, take a few moments to carefully inspect your feet. Look for any signs of redness, swelling blisters, or small cuts. These may seem minor, but they can escalate quickly if ignored. If you notice anything unusual, address it immediately rather than waiting. If you already have foot ulcers or advanced complications, it doesn't mean you must stop moving completely. You can switch to non-weight-bearing exercises such as leg lifts, ankle rotations, or even air cycling while lying down. These movements still promote blood circulation and support healing without putting pressure on sensitive areas. At the end of the day, managing blood sugar is not about perfection, it's about awareness and consistent action. Your body is constantly communicating with you, and it's your responsibility to listen and respond. Every healthy meal, every step you take, and every small decision you make is shaping your future. So don't wait for serious complications to force you into action. Start today. Choose one habit from what you've learned and commit to it. And if you're ready to take control of your health, comment one below, because that single step might be the beginning of a completely different life.